Oh! Oh my god, too much. Oh my god, too much. Quite. Does she have to drink my tea whilst I'm filming? Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all really well. So for today's video I'm going to be doing a festive makeup look because it's literally nearly Christmas. I'm so excited and I can't believe it's took me this long after starting my kind of beauty series to do a festive makeup look. But yeah, expect lots of glittery eyeshadow and a very dewy foundation base. I'm so excited to get into this. I've got some new products as well to test out, including a very good dupe for a very popular foundation, a very expensive foundation. So yeah, I would really love it if you would subscribe and like this video if you can, but without further ado, let's get on with the video. So as you can see, I've already done my eyebrows. They're very bold. Guys, I am learning. I'm trying to learn how to do my eyebrows, and I was just having a bit of a play this morning. They're looking very bold, but I feel like they're more even than they usually are. Like, I don't know what it is, but my eyebrows I can never get to be even. This one doesn't have, like, these little eyebrows don't have the height that these ones do, and no matter how much I cut these, it's just not even. But anyway, I use the Benefit Brow little kit. So I use the pencil and the gel. Off camera, but that's what I use, so I'll link it down below. So I'm going to start off with primer. Obviously I'm going to go with the Sculpted by Amy Oil Control Primer, just because I'm going to be going for quite a dewy look, even though my foundation's going to be quite full coverage. So I kind of want my oils to be a little bit controlled, and I really liked how this was quite moisturising at the same time last time I used it. And it gives it a good go. I've already put my SPF and moisturiser and did all my skincare beforehand, so I'm all good and ready to go. Oh no, now I'm scared that I'm going to smudge my eyebrows. Doesn't help that I don't have a full standing mirror. So I'm actually going to be doing my eye makeup first, just because I'm going to be using a little bit of shimmery products, and I'm going to try and like play around a bit with the eye makeup, so if I mess it up then I can always clean it up. So to prime my eyes I'll be using the Revolution Lock Grip shadow primer, and this is like, I don't know, it was really strange last time I used it because I wasn't expecting it to be like a clear oil when you first put it on, but it worked really well. And all I do is kind of apply a bit to each eye and rub it around the eye so it's even, and then I kind of wait for it to dry a little bit. When it dries it kind of goes a little bit tacky, so I'm just going to wait for it to dry. In terms of brushes that I'm going to be using to do the eye look, I'm going to be using these Zoeva brushes, and I've had these for years. It must have been about 5-6 years I've had these. They clean up really nice and they've lasted really well, so I do really recommend them. And I'll try and link similar down below if they still have them, but this is just a Luxe crease brush that I'm going to start out with. And for the actual eyeshadow I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize palette, just because there's a really gorgeous kind of shimmery goldy bronze here that I've not really done in many makeup looks. I usually go for a gold or a rose gold or a pink, so these are kind of new colours that I haven't really used. So to start off with I'm going to be going with this colour here, this top colour here, and this is the second colour and it's the Enlarged. She has like a little guide on the back on how to use her palette, but I sometimes just play around with whatever I'm feeling, so I'm going to be using that first, and I'm just going to take it kind of in my crease quite high up, and I'm going to buff it out all the way, because I think I'm going to clean up the edges and do kind of like a little wing maybe. I've not fully decided yet, but we'll see. Look how pigmented that is. I've literally just added a little bit on my brush, and it's you know, it's kind of like a bronze, like it's got a shimmer in there. But yeah, I really like that shade. It's definitely got a little bit of shimmer in there. Then I'm going to go in with this Zoeva brush. It looks a bit dirty, but it's because it had black eyeshadow on it when I cleaned it, and it's just a bit, you know. And this is the Luxe Soft Definer brush. Any kind of crease brushes this will be fine with. I'm going to then go in with this darker shade down here and kind of put it on the corners of my eyes, and again kind of follow that winged kind of shape, and then go into the crease as well just to blend it a bit. So now I'm going to go in with a shimmer shade, and I'm just looking for a brush to do it with, but I might go in with my finger depending, or I might spray the brush with some setting powder. So I've got this shade here that I'm going to do, this shade here I'm going to do first, this kind of lighter colour. If it doesn't show up that well with a brush, I will just, ooh, it's quite pretty actually. It's quite a light colour. It's more, it's showing up more gold. I don't know if it's because like the rest of the eye look is quite gold. And then finally I'm just going to switch the brush round and go in with that last shade. I feel like this one I probably will need to do it with my finger. And then I'm going to go in with that first brush that I had and dip into that first colour that I had and just blend everything out before I clean the eyes up. It's very different for me. I feel like it's very bronze. At least I'm wearing a gold shirt. Maybe it looks quite bronze as well because I've not got any foundation on or anything. So I'm just going to go in and clean up the edges of this and go and wash my hands before I get it all over the place. So for foundation, I'm going to be using my Estée Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup foundation. This is a great foundation for those special occasions. It's quite matte, it lasts for ages, it's a really nice coverage foundation, and it feels very luxe on the skin. However, I was recently sent this foundation, which is the Avon Power Stay 24-Hour Foundation, and Avon actually claimed for this to be a dupe of this foundation. So we're going to test that out today. I have used this before and I've showed it you in a video before. However, this isn't sponsored or anything, but I wanted to see them side by side. So I'm hoping that the colours are the same, but I'm going to put them on side by side, and I'm actually going to do a wear test as well at the end of the video, just a really quick one at the end of the day, to see if they are, like, if they both stay in place for the full time, and also to see what the coverage is like side by side, because I have used this before and I actually really liked it, and obviously I love this foundation as well, but this one's so expensive, it just breaks my bank every time I do it, and this one's like super affordable. Can't remember how much it was, I think it was like £12 or something. So I'm going to go in with the Double Wear foundation first. The one thing I hate about this Double Wear foundation is the fact that it doesn't have a pump. Why does it not have a pump? It's so annoying, and the bottle's so small that you can't even get like a foundation brush in there or anything. So what I'm going to try and do is get this tiny little concealer brush and dab it around my face. Also, just for a bit of extra added glow, I'm going to mix in the Hollywood Flawless Filter by Charlotte Tilbury. This is brand new, unopened. I've never used it before, but apparently you can mix it with your foundation to make it look a little bit more glowy. So I'm going to do that. I have it in the shade 3 Fair, and I have the Estée Lauder Double Wear in the shade 2W1 Dawn. They're very different. One's very warm tone. We'll see how it goes, but I'm just going to blend them in together with a sponge. I probably should have put the Hollywood Flawless on first, but we will see how it goes. So let's go in with the Power Stay foundation. I realise I've missed a bit here, but once I've put this on, I'll kind of blend through the middle. I have this in the shade Ivory, and from last time I think it was a pretty good match. I'm only going to put a little bit on, so that was about half a pump. It's a bit more runny than the Estée Lauder just by first impressions. of using them together. It's definitely more runny. Let's put on some of this Flawless filter. So just blending that out. It's probably a better colour for me. I think it's a little bit lighter than my Estée Lauder one. The coverage is amazing on both. Let's try and blend the middle of them together. So this is what we are looking like. The Hollywood Flawless, I feel, has actually added a little bit more glow because both of these foundations are quite matte. I think the Estée Lauder has a little bit more coverage. However, I did put more on my face. So that might be why. Don't worry about the T-zone or under my eyes. I'm going to cover that up with concealer. It just means that your foundation doesn't get super cakey. But I'm really impressed with that Avon foundation. Honestly, like for the price difference, it's worth getting. We'll just see how it wears, but it's a pretty good match, to be honest. Like, very, very good. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. For concealer, I'm going to actually be using the Sculpted by Amy concealer. This is the Satin Silk Longwear concealer in beige. I really liked the coverage of this last time I used it, and I also really liked the fact that it was not very heavy on my skin. I'm just going to put a bit in the middle just to blend out the two foundations. I wouldn't usually use this as a kind of highlighting concealer. I would usually use like the Brighten Up concealer by Sculpted by Amy, or something a little bit less coverage as a highlighter concealer. However, I've not properly blended the foundation on my head because I struggled. I actually really like this sponge because you can really go in with the pointy end to the and really like get in there without like messing up the eyeshadow that you've done. So that's really good. What is this face I'm doing? So yeah, all blended in. I'll come in a little bit closer. Super flawless. I feel like this looks quite harsh in the camera, but in person it doesn't look that bad, so I'll have to go over it and blend once I've finished the kind of base and stuff. But yeah, now we need to go on to cream blush and cream contour. Okay, so for cream contour, I'm going to be using the Revolution Super Dewy Liquid Bronze in the shade Fair to Light. I got this in my Look Fantastic haul. However, I decided to try out a different cream bronzer, so I never actually got to try it out, so I haven't tried it yet. So I'm quite excited because the blush was so nice. So how I think I'm going to apply it, just because it's in a weird squeezy tube, I'm going to apply it to the back of my hand just like that, and then I'm going to go in with my this is the Expert face brush from Real Techniques. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and oh did you hear that? I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand and dot it, my usual technique. But it's super creamy. Kind of feels like, I'm not sure. Feels good. Feels nice and hydrating. You can definitely feel the kind of dew in it. It's not even taking off like my foundation or anything. But it's better to kind of stipple it in, I think. How natural does that look? Super dewy, and we've used like the most matte foundation ever. Okay, now for blush. I've got here the Glowgasm Beauty Light Wand from Charlotte Tilbury, and this is in the shade Pink Gasm. I have heard people absolutely rave about these. I have the highlight wand, can't remember what it's called. I have the highlight one. And I've got to say, I hate it. I never use it. I don't like the applicator. I don't like how it kind of just goes everywhere. But everybody's been raving about these. But I'm scared because it's got the same kind of applicator. Oh my god, I just gave it a little squeeze and it's just like coming out. I'm going to keep the blush too up here. And then I'm going to turn it off straight away. I also have a stippling brush from Revolution, super dewy stippling brush. So this is for the super dewy products like the blush and the bronzer that I just used. I think I might put a little bit more on. It's a nice colour, but I think I prefer the Revolution ones that I used in my last video. Maybe I'll put a bit too much on now. Typical me, always putting on way too much blush. But I'm sure we can fix it. I like the colour. I like that it's very blendable. I don't like the price and I don't like the applicator. But would I buy it again? I don't think so. I think I prefer the Revolution Super Dewy ones. And that's a statement coming from me because I absolutely love Charlotte Tilbury products. Okay, so I'm finally gonna powder my face. I used this in, well, I got it in my Look Fantastic haul. This is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Loose Setting Powder, and it's translucent. I got this and I tried it out and I said to you, oh, it's quite good, but it's still keeping my skin quite dewy. And at the end of the day, I didn't have a huge amount of oil around my face, but I still had the dew. Whereas when I tested it against the, I think it was the L'Oreal True Match, the True Match was definitely more mattifying. So for this look, I really wanted to go with a dewy look. But I wanted one that was quite long lasting, hence why I used the Estée Lauder. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to be using this one because I want to keep the super dewy, but make sure that my makeup lasts. I still really like it. I like how it's very fine. So now I'm actually going to go back in with the eyeshadow palette and I'm going to put some colours underneath my crease. So taking that colour that we started with in the crease, I'm just going to pop it under my eye. This is using the Luxe pencil brush from Zoeva. And then I'm going to take this really light shade here and I'm going to try and turn the brush over so that we don't get mixy. I'm going to put it right in the corner here. I'm going to take it underneath my eye as well. Looks super nice and dewy. It's definitely very glam. And then I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Bronze and, what's it called? Film Star Bronze and Glow. I think this bronzer might be too light for me because I'm quite tan just now, but I'm going to go in with it anyway. And I'm using this weird Ted Baker brush that I've had for, again, years. So you can just use any kind of bronzer, big fluffy brush and go in. Super chiseled. And then I'm going to get that brush that I used earlier, the Real Techniques Super Deluxe Crease brush. I'm going to go in with the powder bronzer again from the Bronze and Glow and just take it down my nose because I feel like my nose needs a bit of colour. Highlighter, using the highlight section and putting it on high points of my face. So before I do anything else, I'm going to be setting my face using the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. This is 16 hour wear. So let's do that. Too much. Oh my god, too much. And then I'm just going to go away and put my eyelashes on and then I'll come back and do lips with you. Okay guys, I'm back. I've just put on some, I think these are the Ardell little black dress lashes. I'm not sure. They're very crusty and very old, so don't look too closely. And I've just put on the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara on my bottom lashes. As you all know, I'm not really a mascara girl, so I'm a bit nervous of putting stuff on my lashes. So I'm just going to do lips with you now. I've got a couple of lip shades here. So My first instinct would be to go with a light pinky colour. However, I also have Walk of No Shame and Glowing Jen by Charlotte Tilbury. So these are supposed to be quite... Does she have to drink my tea whilst I'm filming? Anyway, these are quite dark colours. And I think that might look quite nice. So I might give it a go. And if I don't like it, then I can always go in... with a lighter shade. Okay, so that is Walk of No Shame. I'm not sure it goes with the blush. That's my problem. I think it does look quite festive with the gold tones. And it's not like... It's not that I don't like the colour, it's just that I feel like the lighter colours look more feminine, and I'd probably wear this colour if I was wearing like a darker colour, like black or like red or something. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it with the blush today. So I'm going to take that off and I'm going to try a different colour. Okay, so now that that's off, I'm going to go and try this lipstick. I tried it yesterday and loved it. However, with the look that I was wearing yesterday, I was wearing quite a pinky look and it went really nicely. So this is a new Charlotte Tilbury lipstick called the Duchess, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's kind of like, it is quite a pinky pink. It's like a baby pink. So I'll give this a go with the look and see what it looks like. See, I think that looks a lot nicer. I think it's a lot more understated and it goes better with the blouse. So that's the Duchess, which is a new Charlotte Tilbury shade. It literally launched last week or something, I think. And it's part of their KISSING range, so it's more of a satin finish, so it feels more moisturising. I have to say, I think the Kissing formula is my favourite. I like it way better than the matte formula. Whenever I wear the matte lipsticks, I always put on lip gloss or lip balm over the top. I don't think they're drying, it's just I like the look of a glossy lip, if you know what I mean. So that is the look finished. Let me know whether you preferred the darker lip shade or this lip shade. I'd love to know. So comment a pink heart if you like the Duchess and comment a red heart if you like Walk of No Shame. But yeah, that is the final look of for this video. Super glowy, super hydrated, and yet super glam. So I'm really impressed with it and I'm definitely going to be wearing this closer to Christmas and things like that. But I will check in with you I'm only going to do one wear test today. I'll check in with you as late as possible before I go to bed and show you the difference between the Estée Lauder and the Avon Power Stay foundation. But as of right now, I think they look very, very similar. You literally cannot tell that I'm wearing two foundations on my face, but yeah, I'll see you in a few hours. Okay guys, so I've just really quickly popped on my filming lighting that I was using earlier just to show you the makeup at the end of the day. So it's been around nearly 9 hours now. I'm just about to go and take it all off and go to bed. I'm absolutely shattered. So yeah, this is what we're looking like. I'm looking a tiny bit oily. Not massively oily though. Remember, these are really strong filming lights. Just a little bit, if I come in really close, just a little bit around my nose here and this side. But if you can see, both sides of the foundation look exactly the same. I believe this side is the Avon and this side is the Estée Lauder, and they're the exact same. There is zero difference in both of the foundations. I can't see any difference at all. The makeup's lasted really, really lovely. Both foundations are long wear foundations. As I said, 9 hours is quite good, and I've been filming for a good 4 hours, I think, under these really harsh lights. so it does get quite sweaty in here. In terms of the eyes I think have lasted as well. I don't think there's any creasing that I can see. And they still look super shimmery and gorgeous. And even the lip colour, I haven't topped up the lipstick. I've drank cups of tea and everything, and it's still there on my face. So this would be an amazing look for your festive occasions, because it's going to last on you. It's going to last all day and all night, so you can go through the whole day and whatever. Maybe carry some powder in your bag if you don't like as dewy look, but as I mentioned, this is a dewy look that I went for. I love the look of dewy skin. It looks so youthful. But yeah, I'm really impressed with it, especially because I've been filming and I've not needed to powder at all during the day. But yeah, I loved the look. I love the new lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm so happy with it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think that it's a great foundation dupe or what? Oh my god, Avon coming through. I might have to test some more of their products. Let me know what you think. But yeah, if you got to the end, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.